something, maybe I need to figure out how the hell are we cutting. I got a deed to the house, to the left of the if you tryna do something, you gotta lead with the bounce. Make it bounce, bounce for me. Make it bounce, bounce for me. Back it on a handstand. Make it bounce, handstand. Bounce for me. Back it on a handstand. Make it bounce. Make it bounce. Make it bounce. Make it bounce. All right.
What up, y'all? I know this gotta be a shocker from nowhere, right? We're like, wow, we ain't have a fifth in a minute. Well, here we go. We haven't had a fifth since we had a new Super Bowl champ. Shout out to the Chiefs. Murph, aka The Problem, he finally brought one home. He started giving me Buffalo Bills vibes. He was getting to the chip. That was his third time getting there. So this time he finally kicked in the door. You know, but prior to that, he had two letdowns. And you know, this was third time around. He got the job done. So congratulations to the Chiefs on bringing it home. Interesting last season. Like I said, we've never had the Dragons made history two times, right? Because the season before last, the Dragons won the bowl, but the season before that, he missed the playoffs. Well, he won the Super Bowl, and then he missed the playoff the season after that. So, go figure. You see it all in these leagues, right? But here's the interesting thing so far about this league. So far, every season, there's been a different Super Bowl winner. Nobody has won two yet. Nobody has won back-to-back. You know, it's been a different winner every season. And now here we are again, season 5. Yeah, that's right, season 5. And we're going to see how this season shape out. But without further ado, let's get into these divisions. And pretty much most of the year, it's the same story with you know, certain users in certain leagues. You know what I mean? Now, that's just that's certain users in certain divisions, should I say. But that's just the divisions. You know, once the playoffs and stuff come, that's when things get real shaky. Things get real different when playoff time come. But as in right now, you know, once again, you got Steelers and Ravens battling out once again for the playoff, for the division title. Steelers is 3-1 right now. Ravens 2-2. Ravens trailing Steelers by a game. Bengals and Browns still looking for their first win on the season. AFC South, you got the Colts, calm, 3-1. On top right now, Texans 2-2. In second, then you got the Jags at 2-2. He's in third. And we got a close AFC South going on right now at the moment. In the AFC East, you got the Dolphins 4-0. You got Jets 4-0. Jets is E-ball. Dolphins is G. Bills is Dwayne, and Pats is I think nobody. I think that's computer still. But Dolphins and Jets right now off to a hot start. They're both 4-0. They haven't played each other yet, but you know, once they do, somebody will get a loss. If not, they didn't have one already. AFC West, you got the Chiefs, the champ, followed by the Broncos at 2-2. Raiders and Chargers are 1-3, but the champ right now don't seem like he's trying to cool off. He won the bowl. He's 4-0. He's saying nobody repeated. Okay, well, let us be the first to repeat. You know that's got what he has on his agenda. NFC North, you got the Lions at 3-1. Lions is off to a better start than what they did last season. Vikings are 1-3. Bears are 1-3. Packers are 1-3. Besides the Lions, everybody in this division is under 500. The Bears had a slow start last season, but then they caught fire, end up winning the division. It's possible, but you don't want to keep starting off and putting yourself behind the 8 ball like that. But, you know, when you got confidence in yourself, you know, you feel like you can still get the job done. But we'll see. The Vikings is a playoff team also. They made the playoffs last year, and they're 1-3 at the moment. NFC South, you got the Dragons, who was a previous former Super Bowl champ, missed the playoffs last year. Looked like he ain't trying to mess around this year and find himself out the playoffs. He's 3-1, followed by Carolina Blue Mo, 2-2. Falcons are 1-2, Bucks are 1-3. In the NFC East, you got myself, the Eagles, 4-0. We got the Cowboys in second at 3-1. You got the Giants sitting at 2-2. The Commanders at 1-3. It's still early. You know, this division could still go quite a few different ways. NFC West, you got the Seahawks at 4-0. You got the 49ers at 3-0. You got the Rams 3-1. I think the Rams and 49ers just kicked off last week, and I believe the Rams lost. Well, the Rams lost to the 49ers. That was his first loss on the season. But let's be honest, all three of these teams are off to a great start. Best start any division. As far as right here, you got between 3 teams in one division, there's only 1 loss. All 3 of these teams look like they're on a mission. Now let's get into the what happened last week. Last week we had the Packers and the Texans. It's a big time win for the Packers, man. I mean, you know, we all know the Packers, one of them teams that been under 500 a lot, missed the playoffs. Now, what I think happened in this game, I think the Texans came into this game, took them lightly, you know, and that's what you call a trap game, right? You come in and you feel like you ain't got to come with your A game. You feel like you can experiment a little bit. And then before you know it, you find yourself in a battle that you all of a sudden going uphill is the hardest thing to do. We all been down that road before. You know, you get them games where receivers ain't holding on to the ball. You get these holding calls. You know, your defensive players is dropping the picks, hitting them right in their hands. You get them type of games. Big time fumble. You know, so that's why it's always good to come and take care of their business. Now, I didn't see the game, so I'm not saying that's what happened. I mean, for all I know, the Packers came out and just clamped up on defense. I don't know. But what I'm just saying is that see an upset alert like this, you kind of have to figure the Texans came in thinking like, oh, we play the Packers. All right, cool. We're going to come in and try a few things. And before he know it, he looked up in the fourth quarter and seen that it was no more time for experimenting. Good win for the Packers. I would love to see the Packers turn this win into consecutive wins. So we'll see what the Packers can do. I mean, this had to feel good. This is the biggest win he had in a long time. Can he turn this win into several wins is the question. Dragons and the Vikings, 73-34. Anytime you give it up 70 points, that next day meeting has to last longer than what it usually does. You can't give up 70 points to nobody by any means. That's unacceptable. Vikings is off to a slow start as well. I would have thought because they made the playoffs last year, I thought that momentum would have carried into this season, but they're only 1-3 right now. So, and they just got punched in the mouth. We'll see how the Vikings bounce back from this. But the Dragons is off to a good start. They're 3-1 at the moment. Cowboys got the win. Dolphins and Bills. Dolphins didn't want to play around and put himself in a position to be upsetted. Bills beat the Dolphins last year. So I'm pretty sure Miami remembered that, and he came out with a vengeance this time around. He too scored 70 points, but he only allowed very little. He won big over the Bills in Buffalo. Then we had Bucks and Cards. Good win for the Bucks. They win 24-21 over the new Cards user that we have. From what I seen from the score from before, the Cards played the Seahawks the previous week, put up more points than he did in that game. I thought that would have carried over to this one, but the Bucks played a good game. They win by 3, 24-21. Next, you had Panthers and Chargers. Panthers won this one 51-42 over the Chargers. Panthers are sitting at 2-2 at the moment. They're sitting at 500, and the Chargers is under 500. Seahawks and Bears. Seahawks blew the Bears out 56-21. This was an NFC Championship rematch. But only this time around, the Seahawks beat the brakes off the Bears. Like I said, Bears is off to a slow start. Seahawks looking to get back, to where, in the chip, to go back to the bowl. And right now, with wins like this points them in the right direction. Steelers and Jags. Steelers won this one 38-21. P. Earl got the win over the Jags 38-21. They won by 17. But Jags are at 500, and the Steelers only have one loss on the season. Next, we had Eagles and Ravens. Eagles won this one by 2. We was up by more. Took our foot off not took our foot off the gas, but he had some late scores, man. You know what I mean? And he got an onside kick and almost sent us to Heartbreak Hotel. But all in all, I'm happy with the game plan that we came out with. We got the win. We're still undefeated on the season. That was a good win at home over the Ravens. Next, we got Niners and Rams, and the 49ers defense was all over the Rams. They only allowed 7 points, scored 35. The bright side for the Rams is that they play one more time, and the second time will be in Los Angeles. On to the current week that we are at. We got Steelers and Jets. Jets at home with that undefeated record. Pitt got one loss on the season. I got Steelers to give the Jets their first loss of the season. Jets, I haven't seen Jets handle Steelers yet. This is one of the obstacles that the Jets going to have to be able to climb if he plans on making a deep playoff run. It all starts here as far as momentum, swag, confidence, starts here. But I'm taking the Steelers. But Jets are 4-0, so I'll put respect on their name and keep it close. But I'm going Steelers. Give me Steelers in this one over the Jets. 35-28. Next, we got Niners and Dragons. Dragons at home against the Niners. Both teams off to a good start, but somebody will get a loss in this one to cool them down just a little bit. I'm gonna go Niners in this one. They're the away team. I know Dragons are home, but I just think the Niners are gonna come in and pull this one out. But I think it's gonna be a close game. It could go either way. But I just went with my gut. My gut said 49ers pull this out in a close one. Give me Niners over the Dragons, 33-30. Next, we got Giants and Vikings. Big game for both. Vikings 1-3, Giants 2-2. Giants lose this game. He's one game under 500. If the Vikings lose this game, he will now be 3 games under 500. And this place that you do not want to be when the division leader only has one loss. So there's a big spot. I mean, and then if the Giants, they're chasing Cowboys and Eagles in this one. So Giants would like to get this win and stay in that top of that race that's going on in the division. I'm going to take Giants to win this one, but I think Minnesota comes out and battles, but I think the Giants pull it out. Give me G-Men in this one over the Vikings, 37-29. And Snub will be back pretty soon, too. He DM'd me. Snub will be back pretty soon, so just to let y'all know on that. Raiders and Jags. Jags got dismantled last week. I think he bounced back, and I think he does the dismantling. Give me Jags over the Raiders. 41-20. Next, we got Packers and Lions, and this is what I'm talking about. Packers are in a big spot right now. They pulled out an upset last week over the Texans, and I said, can they take that win and get some momentum? Now they play against a team in the division that's in first. Very big game for the Packers. Not so big for the Lions. The Lions lose. They only have 2 losses, but it does make that division closer with the other teams. But if you're the Packers, you want to come in and you want to steal another one, and you want to tighten up that gap between yourself and the first place Lions. Lions at home. I'm going to take the Lions, but I'm going to be paying attention to this game to see if the Packers can pull off upset alert. After the first half, will the Packers still be in this game? Or did they have a lot of turnover and let it slip away early? We'll see. But I got the Lions in this one. I'm going to say Lions. Lions 30, Packers 20. Dolphins and Seahawks. Dolphins bring the undefeated record into Seattle. Seattle themselves undefeated. So somebody will get their first loss of the season. Seattle is the home team. I'm going to go with the home team in this one, but I got it to be close. But I'll take Seattle in a tight one. Give me Seahawks over the Dolphins, 36-32. Next, we got Falcons and Rams. Rams got punched in the mouth last week against the 49ers. I think the Rams bounce back this week and get the job done. They have to. 49ers and Seahawks off to great starts. So the Rams got to take advantage of a slow start Falcons team. Give me the Rams in this one over the Falcons. 31-21. Next, we got Broncos and Panthers. Panthers see what type of start the Dragons are off to, so I'm pretty sure he gonna come into this game playing around. Give me the Panthers over the Broncos by a final score 41-21. Scott LaRock. Bills and Cards. Cards just joined the league, but I mean, he seemed to be scoring some points, so he seemed like he hasn't won yet, but he's been playing. Buffalo don't have a win yet. You know what? I'll take Bills in this one. I'll take the Bills to get their first win of the season, going into Arizona, pulling it out. Give me Buffalo this week over the Cards, 28-24. Next, we got Chiefs and Chargers. Chargers have yet to beat the Chiefs in any of these seasons. Chiefs are the Super Bowl champ. This could potentially be a trap game, but I don't think the Chiefs gonna play no games. I think they're gonna come and get rid of the Chargers early. Give me Chiefs over the Chargers, 47-17. Another big game. Myself and the Cowboys. Eagles still undefeated at home, taking on the Cowboys. Cowboys only got 1 loss of the season. If the Eagles win this game, we can knock the Cowboys down 2 games out of first. So very big early game in the season for both teams. I'll say Eagles favor in this one by 3 over the Cowboys. We earned that. Bears and Texans. Big game James coming off an upset loss last week against the Packers. The Bears coming off a blowout loss last week against the Seahawks. Something got to give this week. Something definitely got to give. And I tell you one thing, because the Texans got upset last week, I think he comes into this game with more of a chip on his shoulder. Therefore, I'm taking the Texans. They are the home team. I'm taking the Texans over the Bears, 33-29. 33-29, Texans over the Bears. And last but not least, we got Bucks and Bengals. Bengals home. I'm gonna take the Bucks. Bucks won a good game last week. Defense played pretty solid. I think defense plays pretty solid in this one as well. I'm gonna take Bucks over the Bengals by a score of I'm gonna go 34. 27, 34-27, Bucks over the Bengals. So that's your recap. That's your predictions. That's your division standings. with the division race going on right now. We in week 5. I'll see y'all week 6. I'm out.